Recording in progress.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It is your boy, Andrew. So, listen to the choo-choos. And who am I with? As always, Joseph Huggie, a.k.a. Old Man Huggie. Talk shit or get off the pod, episode 198. Gambling with my snap benefits, motherfucker.
What's up, dude? How goes it?
For the record, I don't have snap benefits, and I'm not gambling with it. Joseph put that title in. And
That's fine. For the topics, it made sense. And it's catchy. It's like, what? How do I do that? Who accepts those? What backdoor card house accept it? But we'll get into backdoor card houses. Ooh.
That's like trading soups, like in prison, dude.
Well, there's people who sell their food stamps to people for cash, which is like fraud. So people get caught doing that, where it's like, okay, I'll give you like a dollar for every $3 in food stamps. There's people that do that. That's a whole racket.
Dude, my homie's dad, who's the executive recruiter for Facebook and DreamWorks, it's like billionaire dude. He is originally from Detroit, and I was watching Meet the Press one day, and they had this guy on. He did an entire like book on the history of Detroit, and it seemed like pretty legit. And I was like, thinking in my networking brain, I'm like, JT's dad is from Detroit. Copped him the book and gave it. And I never even met the guy. Gave it to JT. I'm like, here, give this to your dad. And then so we cruise over to his house one day, and this would be the first time I'm gonna meet his dad. And he's like, Dad. His dad was up in the office, and they're like fucking mega mansion. And we're going up like the secret stairwell to his office, and he's like, Dad, my friend Andy's here. He's the one who bought you that book about Detroit. And he's like, oh, that piece of shit liberal book. And I was like, liberal book? I was like thinking to myself, I'm like, what the fuck? I thought this was just like a history book on Detroit. But so I get up there, and he just goes off about how the book gave black people way too much credit for like building Detroit or shit. And I was like, what the fuck? Just got like so racist so quickly. But one of the things he was saying was like, just like like I hadn't even said anything yet, was that they would like buy laundry detergent. Yeah, with their SNAP benefits maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would sell it in the alley for cash to go buy drugs. And I was like, oh, cool. Well, you like the Red Wings? I used to play hockey. Like I was just
And
like, get
that's
me out of
weird.
here, bro.
One thing I think about with laundry detergent is in South Lake, where we both grew up in Texas. For listeners, I was clarifying like you normally do. Bruh, you drop off some laundry detergent to teen court, you get your hours on community service drop down. If you got in trouble, if you had teen court, sometimes it's soup. There, when I was in teen court, it was laundry detergent. For every jug you bought, it was like 15 hours. So you could just get your community service stuff.
Where was it going to?
I don't know. You just gave it to the teen court lady, Amber, I think was her name. I remember she was kind of batty though. Everyone who went to teen court came out like, I don't mind going to teen court.
Oh, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. I went to teen court, went on trial with teen court. A jury of my peers. I represented myself. Dumb bitch puts me on the witness stand, and she like hits me with like this like big elaborate bullshit. It was like a picture. Okay, like I'll just for the record, like I crashed my parents' Suburban into a power line pole, knocked out the power of this entire neighborhood on Valentine's Day. Like went through the entire engine of the Suburban Z71 or whatever it was. It was
green
raining.
one?
No, black. It was like the souped up one after the green one. But it was raining. It just started raining, and I was going to our girl Mo's house, stopping there for a makeout session, then going to hockey practice. But my back tires like swerved out, like, and then I just went straight into the pool. And then the cop tried to say that I had been drinking, but they never gave me like a breathalyzer or anything. And then my parents just came and picked me up. So I went to teen court for that. And then she's like, she's like, look at she had pictures of my car, the Suburban, and like aftermath. And then she's like, look at the road. It's all gravelly, and you're going 40 or 50 miles an hour. It was like a 45, going 50 miles an hour while it's raining in this gravel. And then like this big production, I go, those pictures were taken at the tow yard where like after they took my totaled Suburban to like the junkyard, and then they took the pictures, and then it was like every like a gasp out of the jury, and then I just got off. Like I had to do like community. I had to do like 8 hours community service at the library, and then like when I was at the library, some like older chick was also doing community service. She was like kind of hot, and she was taking like diet pills like to get like fucked up, and like gave me some, and it just made me feel weird.
That's like the most I did community service at the library in South Lake Teen Court I've ever heard.
Yeah.
Um, when I had mine, man, I did the laundry detergent for a bit, and then like I had a shit ton of hours. So there was at one point I pulled weeds at the fire department. That was pretty tight. Um, the worst was to knock it all out. I volunteered at Great Fest, so I had to watch the bouncy slide, and it was terrible because it was across the way from the Bob the Builder stand. So it was just like every 30 minutes, there was like another Bob, not even like 15 minutes. There was another Bob the Builder show for kids that would come by, and he'd come out and whatever. And then it would end, go back for about 5 minutes, come back, do the same shit. And I was out there, I had to like 8 or 9 hours to finish. I was like, I'm just going to finish this shit today. I'm just going to stay. So I showed up at open at the start. And bro, I heard that Bob the Builder song nonstop because when he wasn't performing and singing the thing, it was just playing on a loop. Like, and that's all there was. So I was just sitting there while these kids are diving off of this like 2-story bouncy slide. I have no business watching this. I'm not interested at all. Just like about to lose my mind for about 8 to 9 hours just listening to Bob the Builder.
I was gonna say
Can
I have
we
no idea what that
fix
is.
it? Oh,
I know
Bob.
I've heard of Bob the Builder, but I have no idea what the theme song is.
Yes, we can. It's like, oh, bro. Like, I know it. I didn't then, and I'll never forget. It's like Vietnam music to me, dude. You might as well play like Clearance and Clearwater, dude, because that just like, I feel like I'm in the middle of the Mekong Delta. I just left the Nang, dude. Like, it's going down when I hear the Bob the Builder because it was tormenting. And, but I mean, I was like, oh, I want to go to court and fight this. My mom's like, nope, nope. Like, you're just getting what you get. I was like, oh, thanks. That's great. Love the You got my back. But I bought a
Uh,
lot of laundry detergent for sure.
Speaking of Credence, I think I'm gonna make a protest song like in the like style of like the 70s protest songs.
Man,
Yeah.
I ain't no senator, song. Hear me. But no, that was terrible. But
Dun,
Teen Court,
doo, dun, dun, dun.
shout out Teen Court because even though it was lame, it was an experience. And now that old building, that's where I vote. It's great. I make a point to go in and vote in South Lake Town Square. Downstairs, there's still a library, and then that now you can get like register your car there. That whole building is just like the I don't. It's not the courthouse. The new courthouse looks crazy with the police department next to Del Frisco's. It's like right? Like, get out of here. But it's like crazy. It's like bougie as fuck. I went in there. It looks like some Gotham castle thing. It's pretty absurd.
Well, yeah, because like it's the property tax, right? Like, and all those like properties like have just like
Octupled.
quintupled. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What's wild is I remember when that was some wily dude, and he had like it was just a big swath of land that there was like a little shack shitty house on it. It was surrounded by barbed wire. It was awful. People like lived there half the time. It was just like a shithole. And then they sold it and it became town square. But for like a chunk, I remember it being like a shithole. Okay, another crazy story. Super awesome. So I was doing my work thing, walking around. Who do I see? South Lake Mayor. You ain't trading with me. You're burning money, baby. Rick Stacy standing there.
Hey,
And
hey.
what's funny is I've bumped into his oldest son I bought a very expensive couch from them. It got fucked up. It took forever to get. I think I talked about this. This was a while ago on the pod, and I bumped into his son, who used to like threaten to beat the shit out of me because I would like break their windows, and because they're his huge property, where his mansion in our hometown of South Lake, Texas. This guy Rick Stacy, he is a furniture icon, and like fuck Mattress Mac, dude. It's all about Rick.
Icon,
He is famous for setting fire to hundreds of thousands of dollars on fire on television,
tycoon,
and owned,
furniture tycoon.
and all that property is now like multi-million dollar homes. He sold all that property. It's all neighborhoods, like, but he's there, and I'm like, oh shit, like he's just there. I'm like, hey, what's my mayor doing in here? And he was like, huh? And we got to talking, and he was like, wait, you lived on Blanco Circle? And I was like, yeah. This is the one thing that's shitty and funny,
You lived
tragically
on
fun.
White Circle.
Yeah, I lived on Blanco. Yeah, no, I always said that. I lived on Blanco Circle with my all white family. Yeah, it's like a sitcom, bro. But he remembers me because I was the only black kid in the neighborhood, and I used to like throw rocks at his longhorns, and like like I set fire to a portion of his backyard one time, his pasture, with fireworks, and we used to play baseball. And he was like, "Holy shit!" So then we're sitting there chopping it up, and we played football with I played football with two of his nephews. So it's like very, there's like three of us.
Don't you think you should get some probable deniability, like where so for the audience, Rick Stacy, he would light money on fire on commercials, like, and he's like, if you're not shopping with me, you're lighting money on fire, and he would actually light real money on fire.
It's awesome.
Uh,
Still does.
so you lit his backyard on fire?
Yeah.
Dude, I would just like be deny it, be like, bro, dude, we have this dude on camera lighting cash on fire all the time. You're telling me you're gonna blame the one black kid on Blanco Circle, like for this, like when I have like evidence upon evidence of this dude just being like an arsonist.
Well, and then so we're sitting there chopping it up, and we're laughing and laughing about like old South Lake shit. Like, oh man, like I like talking about how much it's changed. And I was like, yeah, I miss like people riding their horses up to the Dairy Queen off Kimball, because there used to be a shitty like whole like meth trap house style like Dairy Queen there. It was good, but it was like a shitty Dairy Queen. There used to be people on horses there all the time. But it's like right where Home Depot, or where Lowe's is, where the McDonald's is on Kimball. It's like it was like right off 114. And he was like, holy shit. Like we were just tripping out. 2 seconds later, his son Jay walks in and is like, dude, what the fuck? And I just got to chop it up with Rick Stacy for about 45
Well, see,
minutes.
that's rich man, poor man though. Is the riding the horses, like, because like I'll go out to Hidden Hills, it's like where Kylie Jenner lives, Dwayne Wade, Kevin Durant, Lil
Mm-hmm.
Wayne, yeah. And it's like everybody's got horses, like like the whole thing is like horses. Um, so like I feel like South Lake might make a comeback where you're gonna see a bunch of horses all the time because
Well,
everybody's so
true,
fucking rich.
but all those guys back then who would be riding their horses to Dairy Queen, like they're already kind of loaded. Like if you were out there in that period of time and you were making those moves then, and you bought a bunch of land when it blew up. I mean, the house that I grew up in, I mean, my parents spent a good amount of money, cost about the same amount as the house I'm in now. And that house that we grew up in is worth like that I grew up in is worth like 189, 250% more than what they paid for it. It's fucking absurd. And it's a house that was built in like 91, 92 because of the property. So those guys who owned those properties for those neighborhoods had farms out there, pastures, because it was a two-way school in 91, 92. And now it's a 6A. You can't find a lot in the area. It's blown up so much. So it's all the good old boys like got paid, like all those old country families, they all got fucking paid. Some of them still live there, some of them got out, sold, but we're talking 40 acres, 100 acres, selling big plots. There was huge plots of land back in the day, all down 114, Foxborough, Tiburon. Like one guy owned like most of Tiburon and just sold it. That's crazy. And it's nuts to think how much it's worth now, but how much do you think he got paid? Like the equivalent would be nuts. He got fucking paid. Or if you're like some certain families, you buy the land, you hold it, and you cut it up into your own neighborhoods, like the Sandlin Custom Homes or the Makis Custom Homes. Those guys are very smart, but they've been doing that since the 90s, like they're geniuses. Rick Stacy's been running a multi-million-dollar furniture, and it was just one, and it was in Grapevine. Now they're all over Texas. Like that dude's blown the fuck up while being the mayor of like the richest, one of the richest small cities in the country for like 25 years. That's crazy. So it was tight to just bump into him and then be like, I was a nightmare. And he's like, oh shit, you were that black kid. I remember you now. It was like, it was a good moment.
We
Because
should
like
get him. We should get him on the pod.
because it's easy for me to be like, oh, like chop down and get to like, oh, that was you, because it's a very short list. It wasn't, you know, like the couple of the black girls in the neighborhood, and for the longest time, I was the only black boy in the neighborhood, and his property touched like our backyard, and I was back there. It was huge. It was a lake. There was all sorts. You could get in all sorts of trouble, and it went down the whole cul-de-sac. So all of the kids could like. He had a barbed wire fence, and it was just like we'd like stretch it the fuck out. But then sometimes these like cows and shit would try to bust through and roam the fuck around in the neighborhood because we would like cut the fence or open the fence up. So you know. The
Uh,
sidebar. It was a cool. I was fanboy moment. South Lake fanboy moment. Rick Stacy in a shirt, in a red shirt that says Rick Stacy with the Rick Stacy's Furniture logo on it with flames. Get out of here! Like it was
Seriously?
uh, dead serious, like a heart attack. It was epic. I was like, this is how I. And he looks the same. Baller ass ring on. I was like, God, that's awesome. I could retire with however much that ring's worth, dude. Like it's just, and he sold all of that. The whole thing got sold, except for he owns his big mansion. Sold all the rest of it. That whole thing is just it's like Coventry Manor. It's just like big fucking mega houses, and he just sold them all off one by one. Boom, 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 boom. It's like, oh, you boomers, boomers.
Before we go to therapy questions, shout out another country. That's back-to-back weeks. New countries.
Ooh.
Paraguay, just way up in the charts, but
Whoa, Paraguay.
yeah, it's in the fucking top 10 now. And also Costa Rica.
Oh, all right, Costa Rica. Finally
That
getting
could
up
that
there.
could be that could be one that we fly out to a last trip to.
That would just be cool to fly out to Costa Rica.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, let's do a live Q&A sesh.
Right.
All right, let's get into them.
All right, y'all. Time for therapy questions. Therapy question number 1, Joseph. Would you rather be invisible but only when crying, or able to fly but only when having a panic attack?
See, both are good. Both of these are not bad. You can make a case for either because if you don't want people to see you're sad, don't want people to watch you cry, you get embarrassed like that. You just when you have a sad moment, you just fucking peer. When you get it together, you come back. You good? Yeah, I'm good. Are you crying? Nope. Because I'm visible again, right? Like, that'd be good if you were like weird about people seeing you upset. You could hide it, and then if you learn how to just cry on command, you take some acting classes, dude. You're just like the best robber, bank robber, jewel thief ever. Whatever you want to do, you could use it for good or bad. Every time I bring it up, it's always for something bad. I'm like stealing some shit, but I would probably yeah, that's not bad. And then the other one, have a panic attack, you fly away, you're having a panic attack and you need alone time, you just take off.
Is that not gonna like exacerbate the
No,
panic attack?
because you know that you can fly. Then I can fly. Man, I'm having a panic attack. I gotta get the fuck out of here. This is stressing me out. You just take off. That sounds fantastic. That's like
Okay, so then which one? Which one, man?
that I feel like that's what people who have panic attacks and people are like, "Are you okay?" That's what they want to do is to fly the fuck away. So I can easily see that being beneficial, like mentally. Like it's a break. It's a forced break, and it's something like a whole new world type shit. You can go fly around, calm down. Whew, now you got to get back, so you don't want to go too far. You probably just want to like fly up, fly somewhere local, half a mile away, somewhere land in a tree that you know you can climb down. You'd have like a routine, but it could be helpful. I could see that not being a bad thing.
All right, well, you have to pick one.
Probably being invisible when I'm crying, because then I feel like you can have more control over that. Because
Because
if
by
it's just
definition, a panic attack is not you're out of
no,
control.
by definition, like you're going through some shit that kick on your superpowers. You're like, hold on, start to destroy my life and put me in a compromising situation. Like that'd be terrible. That's a shitty superpower. You'd be a mess. Or you could just like smoke meth all the time, and then you'd be able to like take off whenever you want because you're just your whole life is a 24/7 panic attack.
If you guys go back, the episode Russian Roulette, where we had our friend Marley as the guest, I had a full blown panic attack minutes before we started recording while like the feed was up and everything, and bounced back and had one of the greatest episodes of all time.
You've had that couple times. I still think of that time you drank that weed soda, and it was just like too
Well, that
much.
was too much.
That was just like too much, and you just couldn't stop laughing, and we're just like kind of like tripping out. That was really funny. That
Dude,
cracked
I
me
was
up,
struggling.
to say the least. But yeah, definitely. What about you? You haven't said.
Uh, I hate panic attacks. It's like even like when I know I'm having a panic attack, I'm still. It's like there's nothing you
Who,
can do.
who loves a panic attack?
Right, but I'm saying like more than most things in life.
That's
So
fair.
yeah. So I'm with you on the crying. Therapy question number 2. Would you rather all your shoes squeak like a rubber duck or your clothes rustle like potato chip bags?
Probably the shoes squeak like rubber. Clothes rustle like potato bags. That means like I put on boxers and they're like that sounds awful. It makes me sound like crunchy as shit. Now, if your shoes squeak, A, I can wear sandals. B, I go hard into like eco-friendly and I just go barefoot and your boy ain't squeaking. Or you just wear squeaky ass shoes. You buy a brand that's like notorious for squeaking, like On Clouds right now. Those are super popular. Everybody likes them. One of the bad reviews is they squeak. They become squeaky over time and make an annoying squeak sound. It's one of the reasons why I haven't bought them. Is I'm like, I don't want them. If I want to spend $200 on some shoes that are going to be squeaking in like a month, that sounds annoying. But if I just wear those all the time, I can be that frat dad that's got squeaky shoes. So you can find a way to cover it and not have people know. As we're like rustling like a bag of potato chips, that just sounds like unappealing. And then all your clothes sound the same. Doesn't matter what you're wearing.
Don't all your clothes sound the same already?
No, because you might have a jacket that's a little bit crispier or some
Okay,
pants that
okay.
got a little wisp. You know what I'm saying? Like you have all these, they all have different sounds. Now your t-shirts might all sound the same, but your jackets don't. Some hoodies don't, right? So but they all just sound like a bag of potato chips. That's almost like comical. It'd be like somebody's editing what you're doing because as you get dressed, everything would be like that's it, and then it would just
But
stop.
everywhere you go, dude, so it doesn't even matter if you can cry and command and be invisible. You're just squeaking like a motherfucker.
That's why
You
I
walk
said
it,
you just
you
go barefoot. You can just
yeah.
go barefoot.
Well,
You can just go
I
like
don't even wear boxers anymore, bro.
you could do like go like what's it kid? What's it like? My name's Marley or whatever, and like with Owen Wilson, just be like, wow, I don't wear shoes ever. This is awesome. Like you can just like make that be your fucking life and not wear shoes and just lean into that hard. Be like, yeah, that's just his thing. He just doesn't wear shoes.
Hold on, hit us with your Owen Wilson again.
I don't know if I can hit, dude. Wow.
It's pretty good.
Well, there's those, different videos where it's like, wow, this is like awesome. It's weird. It's like all of your clothes sound like potato chips. Wow.
I
They
would
don't have potato chips out here in the Baja.
as I mean, my name's Mr. Goody Two Shoes. I can't have fucking shoes just squeaking, dude. It's a
Your
bad look.
shoes are squeaking. If you wore those in Vietnam, they would have found you in 2 seconds.
Who would have found me?
The Viet Cong. Charlie is what we used to call him. I was a frogman. Then I was a wrestler. Hulk Hogan sold me out. That's pretty good. He
You
does say out like that. He does get out. Predator's real, you know. I wear
Oh,
a
there's a
leather
new Predator.
jacket.
Are you
I
gonna get
wear
the
a
new
leather
Predator?
jacket 24/7. It's bulletproof. They don't tell you that at the Levi's store, but it is
Why does it rustle like a potato chip bags? But
because I like ruffles. That's what they, when the Viet Cong catch you, that's all they feed you. 3-month-old ruffles,
sour cream and onion, or like the regular?
barbecue cheddar.
Okay.
I haven't done Jesse in a
You
while.
tell
Yeah.
me.
Do you want to eat those every day? You tell me.
Uh, if we could get
I've
George,
missed being on the show.
we're glad to have you back. Like, I was getting worried
Thanks
about you.
for having me.
Everybody, Jesse the Body Ventura,
You know, they're coming out
Governor,
with a new,
Governor.
they're, yeah,
Yeah,
governor.
yeah, new Predators. Jesse, are you gonna make a cameo?
Now I'm out here in the Baja. No, they're coming out with a new Running Man, though. Did you see that? They actually are. It looks
Well,
fucking
also new
stupid.
Predator.
New Predator type, but the new Running Man looks really dumb. That's one of my favorite movies. Is Running Man. Top four Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. It's up there with Commando. Commando's, you know, I've rattled on about why Commando's a great movie. Interracial relationships, Jewish dad pretending to be a Colombian drug lord, aka the dad from Clueless, like Alyssa Milano's his kid. Like, where are we? It's insane. And it's very progressive. Black female pilots. Like, what are we talking about? This is great. It broke so many barriers. But the new Running Man movie, it's all about like like the original's like about propaganda, fake TV, and there's this death contest where they capture people, put them on trial in this like death ring, and then they have to go through these series of events. And Jesse the Body Ventura is in it, and he's like retired, and he's like the final boss that he has to fight at the end, and his character is like fucking ridiculous. But it's got Jim Brown, Hall of Fame running back, is in it. He plays night. Yeah, night. No, it's not Nitro. Nitro is played by a fat man who's an opera singer who shoots electricity. So I don't know how they're gonna recreate Running Man, but they are. It looks kind of dumb.
I'm into it. I like when I first saw it, like no intro, nobody told me what was going on. All of a sudden, like this movie's just on, and I was like in love with it. I was like, I think I was like 11.
Dude, fucking awesome. And the way they present the TV and the way they like manipulate media to turn people against and like criminalize, it's like the original one. If you watch it now, it'll fuck you up because you're like, damn, like it's so much more topical now than it was before. Like before, it was like a
Prescient.
dystopian, yeah, like it's like a dystopian future that is now like kind of come to fruition in a lot of ways when it comes to media. And there's an outfit, there is a suit that they wear in Running Man. It is an Adidas suit. It is a full body yellow with these crazy stripes, like jumpsuit, and I want one so fucking bad. I've always been like, damn, if I could find that, I would pay good money for that jumpsuit. It's just badass. And you can't find it anywhere. And this new one, they don't have it. And that's where they lost me. I was like, you don't even have the jumpsuit. And you can look it up. Like I implore you, go online and look it up and see the suit. You're like, that's pretty fucking tight. Like it's pretty fucking cool. And they only made it just for the movie, and there's all these knockoffs, but like an original one on eBay is, I don't know, like 6 or 7 grand, something crazy. But it's the original Running Man suit.
So, speaking of reboots, we had brought up Tron, Jared Leto.
Terrible.
I don't know if you read that article that I sent you, but it was all about it was exactly like what we were saying. Just like Jared Leto is no longer a bankable star, and so they lost money on that fucking thing,
Oh yeah.
on Tron. But like, remember we were guessing, like we were like making like I bet like he was like trying to like get in on the soundtrack and like had to like all that shit. Dude, yeah, it is kind of crazy. So they were gonna make like Tron. And it was like it was totally different. Like had like the original sequel script, and then like they just like canned it and they weren't gonna do it. And then Leto decided to like take over, and he started pitching it, and became like a producer on it,
Hmm.
and then like sold the fucking dream. and then they rewrote the script to where he was now the hero, or like the protagonist, and like the whole script was around him. And then they also paid his ass like some crazy amount of money. Uh, like he paid himself basically some crazy amount of money, made the whole thing around him, and then and got them to convince like the studio to do it, even though everybody like who like was like, this is a sequel nobody's but like was asking for, and then it just completely like flopped.
Imagine, how do you think that, is it a dub or an L? Because you would be making a shit ton of money. You'd make a bad movie, but you'd walk away with a bunch of money, but knowing that you like murdered a franchise. Because he's got to know, like Morbius, that Bat movie where Jared Leto's a bat. Like it was like, bro, what are you doing? Like, and now you're just trying to interject yourself into like this universe to be like this superhero later, and it flopped. Like, how do you like? How is that got to feel to like flop after flop, but in turn? Being like, oh yeah, I made 30 mil, but the movie blew. Like, do you think he cares, or do you
I
think
think
that?
out of all the people in the world, he would care. He like, would I care? No.
But
uh
he's so like obsessed with himself that he's like, oh
yes.
my god,
Yeah.
it's because they don't like me. It's because of my long hair. Everybody wants to take my hair. It's because of my yoga retreats. They're all jealous of my cult.
It was like in the article, it was like in a world where Ewan McGregor, like Fassbender and Benedict Cumberbatch are having a hard time finding roles, Jared Leto's done.
Yeah,
Like it was ruthless.
he's not good. He's not good.
Therapy question number three: would you rather do breath work with Jeff Bezos or cold plunges with Elon Musk?
See, I've thought about this. I
Oh,
mean, like,
you've
what?
thought about this in the
Well,
past?
I read it. No, just like I was thinking about this when I read this earlier, and it's probably cold plunges with Elon, just because I know that if we're doing that, it's going to be in some weird remote Arctic place. We're probably gonna be on like a crazy boat. So a party or something going on. We're doing cold plunges.
Dude, that's more like Jeff Bezos than Elon. Elon's not
No,
on yachts. Like Jeff Bezos has a yacht.
Elon's got a yacht, does he
I
not?
meing maybe, but like, like
Where else?
no,
Where else would we
Jeff
do
Bezos.
cold
No,
plunge?
but Jeff Bezos's yacht is like
Yeah, but
the,
then where are we
the
doing
best yacht on
breathing
the
work?
planet.
Where are we doing breathing
Breath
work?
work on the motherfucking sun deck of his yacht.
Yeah, then it's the
Well,
yacht.
yeah,
That's it.
obviously.
Because
But
either
okay,
way, I don't want to hang out
like
with either of them. Just
that
like,
whole setting, that whole
what's
setting
the
you just,
best setup?
yeah, it's Bezos, obviously. Like Elon, his setup is
What
like
if you're doing
on the
what if
floor of the SpaceX factory or something.
Okay,
Like,
what if it's doing cold plunges in some top secret part of SpaceX, or doing breath work in his penis spaceship with Jeff Bezos? I guess probably the penis spaceship, because at least I'd be in space.
yeah, or I mean, just Bezos all around here, unless it's like in a fucking middle of an Amazon, warehouse or something, like
Yeah.
which he doesn't even,
As
he's
long as
just
we're as long as we're off site.
yeah, he already cashed out. He doesn't, he's just like he's like on the board, but he doesn't run the shit anymore. He's just
Yeah.
on his fucking yacht with like his his wifey, I forget like her last name Sanchez. For her first name. She just,
Yeah.
she got the thongs on, dude. You got like full fucking crew, like of deckhands and stewardess, just like, and a private chef, and come on, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What's the best
Breath work,
backdrop? What's the best backdrop?
and also like the
What is he
only
gonna be like?
the thing is like Elon might die like he's like fucking Matt Perry, like doing cold plunges on ketamine, So like I don't know if you're here for that.
But if I was just there, I would like do the whole circuit. They'd be like, "Oh my god, tell me what it was like." I was like, "It was tragic." He was actually talking about, changing everything and giving all of his money to like science and poor people and changing the world. And then he did a cold plunge and died.
You would hype him up like that?
I'm trying to get,
No, I'd be like
distribute some of that money.
his last five word
I
five
could
his
see
last
Elon
five
being
words
like,
were the N word.
I could see Elon being like, "Well, I don't have a will because I'm going to have. I just have the will to live forever." Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop.
I mean,
That's like
that's
his
more like
whole.
Peter. That's more like Peter Thiel.
Well, they're friends. They're in cahoots together.
Dude, I just saw an interview with Peter Thiel, and they're like the interviewer was like, "Do you think that the human race should survive?"
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, dude, he can't even say yes.
Well, he's like obsessed with like the Antichrist and all this weird shit. He's a weird out there dude.
Yeah, dude. He's like, we're gonna take being trans, and he says transvestite. He's like, we're gonna take it to a whole nother level. We're not talking about just different sex organs. We're talking about different brains, different hearts, different lungs. He's like, y'all are talking about trans people. I'm gonna show you trans people.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you a transformer, robot in disguise. Like that's no, that's crazy, man. That's some,
Yeah,
and these are the dudes that are like taking over.
fuck Peter Thiel, dude. Therapy question number 4. Would you rather every team meeting start with a group hug or a synchronized scream?
See, I feel like a synchronized scream would be good. It would hurt people's ears if we all had earplugs, though. 'Cause I think everybody could get the rage out. It would get the tension out. I think the conversations might be better. A hug, a group hug, everybody, that'd be just kind of weird. I feel like that'd just be a little too much, a little culty. Even though a scream would be too, I think people would get out more from that, and I think it could be a more productive meeting.
Would you rather, if you, let's say you were in a cult, would you rather the theme song for your cult be like a banger, but like really shitty lyrics, or like be like a shit song, but like really like inspirational, deep ass lyrics on point?
Like, you mean like shitty beat?
Yeah,
So
like the Bob the Builder uh theme song, but like with like transcendent lyrics.
probably that, because that could just be kind of like cool. That'd be like an old random Woo song or something like that, like some old Project Pat with like a shitty basement beat, but the lyrics are fire, and you're like, this is so rowdy. I love this song. How did this beat does not match these words? I'd much rather that than it just be like ball with the ball, the bang, diggy, diggy, diggy. Because that'd be a cool walkout song if you're a wrestler. But I don't know if I want to like walk up to the pulpit to,
To,
a
to kiss
fucking
Jared Leto's feet.
Disturbed song. Suddenly it changes, violently it changes. I'd be a little, get down with the sickness. I'm like, hello, brothers and sisters. That'd be like, I don't know, like a, oh, I'm not gonna make that joke. What to say, Democratic National, Republican National Convention. I was gonna make another joke about a more topical recent event that was like a wrestling event, but I didn't want to say that.
But
I know
like
people are still getting canceled for that. Anyways,
Turning Point USA type shit.
yeah. But I mean, that would just seem way too gimmicky and corny. So I'd rather it be like some deep shit, but not like a Bob Dylan song. I'm not a big Bob Dylan fan. He kind of gets on my nerves. Um, it's just like his voice. It just kind of pisses me off. I don't know why. Bill, he writes some bangers, but I'm not that into it. And some of it's just like gibberish. Half it, like some of
I just saw Paul McCartney, or not Paul McCartney, John Lennon. Some like hippie homeless dude like showed up at his house, and he thought like all the Beatles songs were about him. He was like on LSD or something. And John Lennon's like, he's like, no, man. He's like, sometimes I just put words together and and see if they mean anything. And a lot of times they're nonsense. Even Dylan does that too, you know.
yeah.
It's just it's and if anything, it's just about me, or if it's about love, it's maybe about Yoko, but it's not about you, man.
And
He's like, and
George
he's like,
Harris
he's like,
said,
are you hungry? Are you hungry? And then he's like invites him in for like,
I think we need to give him a sandwich. He looks
yeah,
a little hungry.
that's what happened.
Hey man, do you want to come inside and have a little bite to eat? Maybe
Yeah.
take a hot shower?
But he's
Look
like, come
like you
on.
haven't.
He's like, how would the songs be about you? I don't even know you.
He doesn't even know who you are.
And then the guy like references one song, the homeless guy, and he goes, that was Paul.
I think I've seen that before where he's like arguing with him. Or Dylan would just say weird shit. Coffee pot in the rain. I lost on the train. Marbles gone. Where are my jacks? Oh, look at you, got the sugar stacks. And then he just plays
I
the
did a whole research
harmonica. And I'm
project on
like, get
Bob
the fuck
Dylan
out
in
of here. Like,
college.
I'm like, what? And people are like, I'm like, you don't know,
Bars, bars.
none of us know what that means. That is like a Twista song. Like, is it good? Sure. Did everybody jam out to it? Yes. Do you know what Twista was saying? Fuck no, you don't. Nobody does. Twista doesn't even know what he's saying. He could just be going like this, like it was even words half the time. But it hit. Just admit it. Don't act like you know what he's
How
talking
dare
about.
you?
But Bob Dylan, like, you have no idea what he means. He
So,
doesn't.
sometimes he's so prolific like that. Like yeah,
No,
so,
I know, and I'm not. It's
no,
the same.
I get what you're saying, dude.
There's just different degrees of it. So it's like, there's the Bob Dylans, there's the Bruce Springsteens. There was a period of time where like every white dude with an acoustic guitar was like, I got a story to tell.
Okay,
Uh,
but Bruce Springsteen is like 20 years after Bob Dylan.
no, but okay, that's true. But it's there. I would say they're still like they're cut from the same cloth at different moments in time.
Right, you're right. Like
And then
Bruce Springsteen got the baton from Dylan for sure.
who's oh my god, I can't believe I'm spacing on his name. He's one of like my favorites. And he's from like he's another New England guy. Mm.
Bon Jovi?
No, Bon Jovi, but you could. But Bon Jovi's more like the
No,
hair
I
band,
know,
like,
I know.
and he tried to become that. Now he does like country
Billy
music.
Joel.
Billy Joel. Billy Joel is another one. So Billy Joel, Bruce Springsteen, they all fall into that like
Okay, but
storyteller category.
Dylan was more like folk.
True.
Springsteen more rock, and Billy Joel he's on the piano. He's the piano man, dude.
Yeah. No, exactly. But they're all like,
You're right.
it,
You're right.
it didn't
You're right.
matter what instrument they were gonna play. They had a story to tell. And they're gonna tell you about it. And it's gonna be this 69. It's gonna be like a whole thing. It's a boomer thing. I don't get it. I do get it with Billy Joel though. Bruce Springsteen is just too much for me. It's like I just see him like that's someone's dad. Like get like sit down, dude. Like I
The
don't know.
boss. The boss.
I know, but that even the nickname, I'm like, come on, man. It's like I just don't get that.
See,
It's
I
like
think it's
Andrew
because
Dice Clay up there. Like not
no, I think it's because we missed it. You know, it's like because
no,
like
for sure.
and also Jimmy Iovine, producer of The Chronic, and created Beats. He was his producer, so he produced Bruce Springsteen, and then went from Springsteen to fucking Dre.
No, and I mean, I get the impact, the cultural impact and significance of their music. Just like if they're all different, like there's certain flavors of ice cream I don't like in that genre. There's just some that I'd listen to Billy Joel over listening to Bruce Springsteen, right? Like that's just I'm probably gonna listen to it, or I'd probably listen to some Billy Joel songs over some Dylan songs. But there are Dylan songs that I really like, but there's a pretentiousness that comes with it that also always kind of got on my nerves that he was kind of notoriously an asshole. So when I watched those old interviews and people asking him questions and his brashness with people, like for trying to understand what he's talking about, he's so pretentious about it. It's like he's too smart to even explain it to him, and that's kind of obnoxious. That's why I'm like, that's exhausting. Like I would get exhausted with that shit. That like and not that like he's not talented, but
I
it's
mean,
the same
fucking Bruce Springsteen's doing like 3.5, 4 hour shows, dude. It's like speaking of getting exhausted.
no, for sure. I mean,
And Billy Joel's getting drunk and driving his car into the side of a house. That happened.
yeah, but he's gonna come out with a great piano song about that.
True. And he's gonna sell
Shout
Madison
out
Square Garden like 4 nights
to
in a
the
row.
DUI. I hit the side of your house. I killed your neighbor's kitty cat in the alley while it was chasing a mouse. Dun, 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 dun. That'd be epic. I had more and more alcohol. I watched my tab. I paid 20%. I forgot my card, and my phone. I went home and I blacked out and I made chicken and I almost burned down my home. Dun, 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 dun. That'd be epic. Like I want that song to come out. Please drop that.
Don't fucking test me, bro.
Yeah. Anyways, I digress. Sorry, I just had a moment. That's pretty good. It rhymed. It was on beat. Come on, man. Someone sync that up. Someone sync that up to that actual song. You need a break.
Sure. We don't have to.
No, we can. We'll give you a little break, little baby boys break. We'll be back in a second.
Recording stopped.
I'll say Mr. Goody's got to poop.
And now we're back for the topics.
All right. Article number 1. I'm going to try it on this screen now because this one's a little bit different. This is from the AP. There's been big news. It keeps getting worse, but NBA starts review of policies after gambling related arrests to Terry Rozier, who is a current basketball player. He was investigated by the NBA for 2 years and cleared of any wrongdoing. But the FBI was investigating him. He played the night before he got arrested. Then Chauncey Billups, Hall of Fame basketball player, championship point guard, and Finals MVP for the Detroit Pistons on the Bad Boys Pistons team. That second go around with him, Ben Wallace, Rip Hamilton, legendary team, legendary defense. And he is currently, or was currently, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers. He had actually coached the night before and was arrested in his hotel. Both of them were arrested at 6 a.m. at the same time, same day, both in hotels. And then there was also what's Dante Jones. I want to say Dante Jones. Yeah, he used to play with LeBron. He was an assistant coach for the Cleveland Cavaliers. He was also arrested. But this is by Tim Reynolds. The NBA, in reaction to the arrest Friday of Miami guard Terry Rozier, Portland coach Chauncey Billups last week for their alleged role in the gambling scenes, has started review of how the league can protect not just the integrity of the game, but its players and the coaches as well, which is hilarious because when they were talking about this on air, they'd be like, "This segment's brought to you by Hard Rock Bet. Don't bet. These guys shouldn't bet, but this is brought to you by DraftKings." So they've kind of all made a deal with the legalized gambling. This is something that we're with gambling, which is something that was bound to happen. We did have the Tim Donaghy stuff that went on in the early 2000s where he was a current NBA ref and had got caught um, fixing games, rigging games, um, and passing off information for bets. But I continue. The league has made those revelations in a memo sent to all 30 teams, a copy of which was obtained by the AP. Given the spread of illegal betting to the majority of the United States, or the spread of legal betting to the majority of the United States, the reoccurrence of integrity issues across sports, the emergence of novel betting formats and markets, this is an opportune time to carefully reassess how sports betting should be regulated and how sports leagues can best protect themselves, their players, and their fans. Read the memo sent by the NBA.
It's Damon Jones.
Damon Jones, sorry, Dante Jones, someone else. So Damon Jones. He is, he some of them are caught up in two different things. One of them is illegal poker games where they're rigging these poker games. And the other one is giving information about players for over unders, and giving information on who's playing, who's not playing, and people placing prop bets on those things like under eight, or placing bets on games. I think there's with Terry Rozier, there's a specific game where he went out with a toe injury, and he had like 5 points and played for a little bit, then took himself out of the game. And before he took himself out of the game, the play for him to be under eight was like the bets for him to finish under eight was insane. Um, that's actually how it got red flagged. Meanwhile, the quest for answers has reached lawmakers in Washington, with the Senate Monday following a request from a House committee last week. In speaking with and asking the NBA for information, Senator Ted Cruz, the chairman of the Commerce Committee, and Maria Cantwell, a top Democrat on the panel, want information about how the NBA investigated and handles these allegations, as well as what steps the association is taking to maintain the public's trust. What were you going to say?
I was gonna say, so the poker games that they rigged, they had a X-ray table. Chauncey Billups did, and you would have house games of poker, and then they had sunglasses that could see through the cards.
Yeah,
So yeah, and this motherfucker Billups, who's like everybody's like, he's like an upstanding guy, whatever, took
yeah.
$7 million off of his homies in poker.
And they're all like connected to the mob, which is also crazy.
Yeah, like three
Um,
different like fucking mafia families, the Gambinos. Like I didn't even know these fools were still around.
well,
Like,
and what's interesting about it, so this is where it is. The specific question on the game, March 23rd, 2023. The committee understands that the investigation of why Rozier was cleared to play and continue playing basketball. So they knew that he was still being investigated by the FBI, but they let him play. There's nearly 3 dozen people, most notably Billups and Rozier, that were arrested. So where this really started from, this goes all the way back. Rozier was arrested because federal officials alleged he conspired with associates to help win bets. The charges are similar to the one from former Toronto player Jonte Porter, where he was banned from the league by Silver for life. That is Michael Porter Jr.'s brother, who just recently won an NBA championship. And when the suspension came down, I'm pretty sure it was during the playoffs, and he was questioned about it because it was a really big deal. But he got caught doing this and got banned from the NBA for life. And that's where some of these rumors on other people started to come from, is that's when they really started to kind of pull the thread on this betting group. But yes, so originally they tried to make it sound like Phillips was just doing the illegal card games, like that's, you know, not bad enough. But then it comes out he was also giving information to people for bets. Then Damon Jones was giving information in regards to LeBron, when LeBron was going to play, if he was or wasn't. Anthony Davis, was he going to play? And this is when he was in like kind of a coaching position with LeBron. He was giving information in regards to whether these guys are going to play. He also has a notorious gambling problem. Some of these guys do. So they get put in these positions where they owe money, owe more than they're getting in, and then they start like selling information to like erase debts and take care of shit. It's really crazy. We've also seen a couple people in the NFL get suspended. Super Bowl champ Isaiah Rodgers, who's now with the Vikings, but shout out Isaiah Rodgers. He wound up on the Eagles. He was a pretty high draft pick, was playing very good for the Colts, very good for the Indianapolis Colts. They cut him because he got caught betting on the NFL and got suspended for a year. And the Eagles traded, sat him on the bench, and then last year was the year they won the Super Bowl, was his first year back from being on suspension. There's also wide receiver. I can't remember. Why can't I remember his name? I wanted him so bad for a while to come on the Eagles. I believe he's on the Titans now. There's a guy who was on Atlanta. He got suspended for gambling for a year. Calvin Ridley. Yeah, Calvin Ridley. He got suspended for a year for gambling and placing bets in the NFL through a friend, Shohei Ohtani, where he had all these.
No, how dare you? How
But he
dare
wasn't
you?
betting, but somebody close to him was stealing
Is
his money. His interpreter
right.
was taking his money and placing illegal bets and got in hot water, so kept stealing money and kept doing. So it's like there's, as this betting has become more and more like it's legal and there's new ways you can bet on all sorts of stupid shit, that there's people that are, I'm sure this goes on more than we realize. Maybe not like the fixing, but giving information for people on prop bets and like stuff like that. Absolutely. Like, because if you can place a big bet like, oh, Kittle's going to have less than 25 yards in this next game, and 3 days in advance he's not going to play, he's listed as questionable, you can make a quick buck.
I know, but it doesn't make sense with Chauncey. It's like, bro, how much money do you fucking need, bro?
Well, but that's where they would tell him, like, look, you will give you, you know, $200,000 because we're going to field X amount of bets, So it's really like they're getting a lump sum for that information. And then all the bettors and wherever that goes to, those people make their own money. But that's also a red flag because what's crazy is with all of these people that have got caught, they got caught because these platforms that regulate it red flagged them and brought it to the NBA's attention. Like, hey, a shit ton of people just placed a bunch of money on March 23rd, 2023 for Terry Rozier to be under 8 points that game. It looks extremely suspicious. You guys should look into it. That's how they got caught. That's how that initially started in the first place, is they were, fixing stuff, fixing stats for prop bets, and there'd be such an influx of these bets that it was overwhelming that they're like, whoa, what the fuck's that? And then everybody hits because they don't want to pay anybody. So they're pissed off that many people got over on them. Come to find out, these guys are actually rigging shit. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Last week, NFL players, the NBA, MLB Commissioner Rob Manfred said baseball is moving as fast as we can on a pro with two players in that sport. Um, so I'm saying, like, there's some of these guys are doing these stupid bets. Yeah, Damon Jones now faces charges because officials said he tipped off bettors about the healthy status of two Lakers players. I mean, if you read the indictments, it's like LeBron James. And you're like, I know. It's like they don't say Chauncey Billups. He was arrested, though. And in the indictment, it's like former member of the Detroit Pistons, NBA champion, and most recent Hall of Fame inductee. You're like, who is that? The motherfucker that just got inducted. Like, I don't know why they do that. Um, yeah, with sports betting now accompanying such a significant part of current sports bets landscape, every effort must be made to ensure that players, coaches, and other NBA personnel are fully aware of the dire risks that gambling can impose upon their careers and livelihoods, that our injury disclosure rules are appropriate, and that players are protected from harassment from bettors. Shit's crazy. And then what's interesting is Stephen A. Smith made a comment that most recently where he was saying, like, hey, like, he's like, they're gonna come. This administration is gonna come after more people because it's a predominantly black sport where people are very outspoken about his policies. They have been the whole time since Trump's been in the political scene. The NBA as a whole has been very, like, anti this like kind of MAGA movement, or at least their players are, and they're outspoken about it. The NBA is really good about letting the players express themselves. How you feel about that, that's your own prerogative. But in any type of workplace, it's important for people to be able to express themselves to some extent. And they have a platform where the NBA really chooses to use that to make statements. And they're saying there's no coincidence that now, like, on the first couple days that the NBA is open, got big games, and the breaking news for the NBA has got Cash Patel, the FBI director, sitting there talking about the scandal. Um, which is just kind of weird. Normally, it's like a prosecutor, it's an attorney. So it was definitely like a statement to be made. And he was saying, like, don't be shocked if they go after like the WNBA, if he doesn't go after the NFL. But what he's saying is because they're so outspoken and they don't shy away from speaking their disdain about the administration. Don't be shocked if he like comes after these people in some way, shape, or form. now, and they've been working on this for years. Apparently, they've been working on this current case for about 2, 3 years. Um, just the FBI, separate from the NBA. But then that's why they're questioning, like, well, you cleared Terry Rozier to play, said he didn't do anything wrong, and the FBI's got all this fucking dirt on him. What are you talking about? So it's going to be pretty interesting. They're trying to get David Silver to testify, show up and testify before Congress and answer questions. So
That's the NBA commissioner.
yeah, NBA commissioner. He's crazy looking. He's just like doesn't look like he'd be in charge.
And it's
of the
Adam
NBA.
Silver. Adam Silver.
Adam Silver. He looks like holy shit. He looks like Slugworth, dude from the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, like Willy Wonka with Gene Wilder. Slugworth, his rival, who's not really his rival, but the dude who kind of looks like a Nazi and pops up on Charlie Bucket in the tunnel. And he's like, "Hey, get me an everlasting gobstopper and bring it back to me. I'll give you like $1,000,000." And he's like flashing all this cash at this little kid in the tunnel. Nobody intervenes. Nobody's like, "Hey, why is this Nazi harassing that child?" Because he just looks like it. He looks like a kind of like a Nazi scientist type dude. Like, I don't know. His whole vibes are off. Maybe it's the little glasses and his weird suit. Um, but that's kind of what Adam Silver looks like. He kind of looks like Slugworth from the original. That's actually kind of terrifying.
I feel like Adam Silver's usually pretty on point though.
No, he's a chill dude. It's just the bald with the glasses. I think that's
the big
it.
ears.
Yeah, it's just me kind of being a dick, and really wanted to talk about how terrifying Slugworth as a character is, because he's pretty terrifying. That guy scared the shit out of me. That was the scariest part of the movie. I was like, "Don't go in the tunnel. Take the long way." Not this time. No, he's gonna get you, dude. He's gonna get you in that tunnel, Charlie. One of these days, he's gonna let you go. He's got the look in his eyes, dude.
Oompa, oompa.
Go back and watch it. My favorite part, sidebar, because that's one of my favorite movies. It was when I was little, and then when I got older and I was like smoking weed and shit, I used to love that because it was really funny. And there's a part in that movie, it's super stupid, but it's one of my favorites. I might have even talked about it. There's a part in that movie in the beginning, before he goes in the chocolate factory, before there's, I got a golden ticket dancing. There's a part where he's like walking home. I think it's after the candy shop with the candy man, and everyone's like vibing with this guy. I'm like, there's something off with him. He's just like giving away all this candy for free. Like, what's he getting out of this? I don't trust this dude. He's walking home and he's like looking through the gate at the factory, and he's just staring there, like this beeline. He's like zoned out, and it's like lighting up like W, like spelling out Wonka. And he's looking through the bars, and all of a sudden, this crazy motherfucker walks up, and he's got a push cart, and it's got like cleavers and shit on it. It's got these like knives and all this random ass tools. And he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's just like, "Holy shit!" And he's like, "Nobody ever comes in, nobody ever goes out." And he's just like wandering around, and then he just kind of like literally walks away, staring at this kid, like pushing a cart of knives. It's very weird, and I mean, it has no purpose. But that's like probably one of my favorite part of the movies, because you could make a movie about that guy. Like, I want to know more about the knife dude. Like, what is he doing? Where is he coming from? Where is he going? Because it makes absolutely no sense. There's just a random dude with like swords on a cart that just rolls up on Charlie and just kind of starts harassing him and saying creepy shit, and then just kind of walks off. And he's not terrified at all, but he is scared of the Nazi in the tunnel. So I mean, can't bat 1,000 there, Charlie Bucket. But dude, I'm telling you, next time go back and watch it, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about, and it's like, what the fuck was that? Like, that makes absolutely no sense. That, or the end where everything in his office is cut in half, and it's like a half of a pencil, half of a cup, half of a light. Like, the cinematography of that's like fucking awesome, because everything in that room is a half of something. His chair is cut in half. When he's like, everybody just beats up on Charlie. He's just harassing him. He's like, "Get out of here. You lose, kid. Fuck off." And he's in that office. Every single thing in that room is cut in half. So if you ever go back and watch it, everything, it's like a half of whatever it is. His cup is half of a cup with half of a pencil sticking in it on half of a desk with half of a lamp. It's pretty fucking trippy. So, anyways, I digress. That's one of my favorite movies, man. And Gene Wilder for life. Like I didn't need that. What's it
Not for
called?
life. Not for life. He's dead.
No, I didn't need that fucking Johnny Depp stupid shit. That one was dumb. Even though it was more like the book, I was like, I'd rather it be like the Gene Wilder just pumping out bangers, dude. And those are the banger songs, dude. Or they're in the tunnel and he's like singing that rhyme and it's like going faster and faster. And then there's just on the side of the walls, there's like videos of chickens getting their heads cut off. And there's like a body with a centipede crawling all over his face. It's like fucked up. If you go, but you're like,
I remember like when I first saw that movie, I was like, dude, I don't like this.
I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen. Like, I was all about it. And it was like, what are we like? And it's like, and I thought the knife guy was weird. And then you get to that tunnel and you're like, oh, they're finally going to go. And then it gets really weird, really quick. And then it bounces back. Like, yeah, I prefer that. It's how I wish it was. Would you go into the chocolate factory? Not R. Kelly's Chocolate Factory, because that is an album. Please don't enter there. I mean, I think you need a visitor's pass anyways, or have to be on the list. But would you go into Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory?
What's the upside?
I mean, you have a one in like, I don't know, 10 chance of not dying and being a chocolate tycoon. I guess you really don't though, because in the books, you in Charlie the Great Glass Elevator, the elevator doesn't stop, and then you end up in outer space. So it's a little bit different. Like the sequel would be weird because then you'd be in like outer fucking space. But yeah, I guess you'd win a chocolate factory. So if you went into a chocolate factory with a 1 in 10 chance of being owning it or dying in some weird horrific food related way, would you do it?
No, dude.
I would. Fuck it. I'd do it,
Fucking
dude.
like mini little Trumps, like singing like along, Oompa,
But you
Oompa.
know that they're dumb. Like one of the kids, like
I don't know
Augustus,
shit.
Augustus Gloop. No, everybody knew when Augustus, the same dude who ate the microphone when that guy's interviewing him, he eats the mic, or is that's his dad? I'm sorry, his dad eats the microphone, whatever. Everybody knew he wasn't making it out of that Candyland world. He walked in there, he just hit it. He hit it hard, and nobody saw him. The whole song, he's not doing anything. He's not hanging out with Wonka. He's literally just like eating cream out of a giant mushroom and it's like shoving his face full of food. Everybody knew like that's one. So you know you're gonna outlast that guy. You know you're gonna outlast Farouk Assault. She's gonna just have a crash out and go down a chute. I mean, it's really like if you want to win and not get in trouble, you just like can't steal shit. That's really it.
It's like North Korea.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that kind of is. That kind of is. And then like you just disappear, and nobody knows what happened to him. I don't know, man. He went up the chocolate tube.
He grabbed a
He's
poster off the wall
He's
and
they
fucking just.
they're doing experiments. They shrunk this kid, dude. It was fucking crazy. they they shrunk him, and no, we don't know what to do. We're gonna try to enlarge him. What was it, the taffy room, bro? Yeah, take him to the taffy room.
Unjong, Unjong, Unjong.
Would you free the Oompa Loompas?
No, bro.
Why not?
I
Aren't
don't
they?
trust them, dude. They're like carnies, like retarded carnies, dude, with small hands that smell like cabbage, probably.
Whoa, dude, at that hard
Hard
R.
R.
I might if there was a couple that were tight. I might bust a couple out. They'd be like cool homies, maybe. Maybe like one of the taller ones.
I don't want that on my conscience.
He did save him though from the Wang Doodles and the Vermicious Canids and all that evil shit on Loompa. So you think about it, he actually did them a favor, but they're totally like his slaves, so it's
Yeah.
kind of fucked up. And he makes them wear like weird ass outfits and shit, and like you gotta wear these coveralls all day. Like
You're
that's
starting to
just,
sound like the Florida like curriculum in like high school. It was like slaves, like it wasn't that bad. They like
it was
learned
not
skills.
bad.
They learned skills.
Yeah, they learned skills. Some of them
Got
against
dinner.
and some against the wishes were taught to read. They didn't tell anybody, but they could. Some of them, not most of them. And if- Jim Crow was actually a dance. It
Jesus
wasn't.
Christ.
I'm just saying. I don't know how you'd spin that.
You don't.
So they got it. They got it. They got it all wrong. That's an urban legend. Jim Crow is actually a person, a Negro League baseball player. I can totally hear like DeSantis saying that, or RFK saying some shit like that. That sounds like something he would say. Just and some people are like, oh wow, I know I need to study the Negro Leagues more. You know, that's really where it started. That's really where baseball started from those black people. We gave all those opportunities to live and work here. They created a game, and now it's America's pastime. Article number 2 for the BBC from Crystal Hayes. Half of the U.S. states sued Trump administration over halting food stamps. This came out 10 hours ago. It was 6 hours when I put it on here. Half of the U.S. states have sued Trump administration over plans to halt funding for food aid used by more than 40 million low-income families. The states hope to force the administration to use roughly 6 billion emergency contingency fund for the Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program, or SNAP, also known as food stamps. The Department of Agriculture, which oversees SNAP, said it would not use it and allow funds to run dry in November, arguing the money may be needed for emergencies such as natural disasters, especially whenever we get rid of FEMA and defund FEMA. Republicans and Democrats have traded blame for the ongoing federal shutdown, and there has not been any meaningful progress towards a new deal. We are 10 days away from breaking the record previously set by Trump for having the longest government shutdown in the history of this country. Just a little sidebar. Bottom line, the wells will run dry, the USDA said about SNAP benefits on their website. Crazy. The suit, led by Democratic attorney generals in 25 states, and the District of Columbia argues the administration not using the contingency funds would be unlawful and deprive millions of Americans from being able to afford groceries. Do read two more things. They note it would mark the first time in the program's history the funds would not be doled out. Shutting off SNAP benefits will cause deterioration of public health and well-being, the lawsuit reads. The loss of SNAP benefits leads to food insecurities, hunger, malnutrition, which are associated with numerous negative health outcomes for children, such as poor concentration, decreased cognitive function, fatigue, depression, and behavioral problems. Thoughts?
I mean, it's just fucking insane, dude. And like that, like all those like deleterious effects like that you just read off. That's why, like SNAP benefits like exist. It's not because they, it's like the moral thing to do. It's just like it's cheaper to, give people food that can't afford it than it is to fucking like, the consequences of not doing so.
And look, where are we? The states involved in the lawsuit are Arizona, red state, California, Colorado, Connecticut, Delaware, Hawaii, Illinois, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Maryland, Massachusetts, Michigan, Minnesota, Nevada, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, North Carolina, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Vermont, Washington, and Wisconsin. What's crazy about this government shutdown, SNAP benefits, and all that, whenever we look at this board and you think about the most recent election that happened, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Nevada, Minnesota, Michigan, some of these are important states. Arizona, states
I
that
mean, they're,
are,
they're all swing states besides Minnesota.
yeah, they're all pretty much swing states, but Minnesota can kind of, we'll just say that the calls are coming from inside the house in Minnesota. They've done a great job of doing what they're doing, but they're with what their Supreme Court tries to do, with all the other things, they're embroiled in their own scandals in there because there is infighting, not amongst Democrats, but I mean we've seen them try to do all sorts of goofy shit over there. There's always a push, and everyone that whole area is got. I kind of lump Minnesota's the standalone, but it could easily flip. It could easily flip.
Yeah, I mean it's like the blue wall is what they used to call it, like Wisconsin, Michigan, Pennsylvania. Uh, but Minnesota, I don't know, cause like Tim Walz and Jesse the Body Ventura, were governors there. But
True.
yeah,
While Donald Trump parades around the world trying to repair the economic damage he's done with his incompetence, he's denying food to millions of Americans who will go hungry next month. Gavin Newsom. It's cruel and speaks of the basic lack of humanity. He doesn't care about people of this country or only himself. In responding to the lawsuit, the USDA blamed Democrats for the fund running dry and that they needed to decide whether they want to hold out for the far left wing of the party or reopen the government so mothers, babies, and most vulnerable among us can receive timely WIC and SNAP allotments. What is extremely disingenuous about this whole entire thing, and what pisses me off whenever people talk about free school lunch. Um, I was recently at an event where there's lots of people that we knew and grew up with. It was great to see everybody. But one thing that frustrates me about this area, the mindset of it, and thinking that people are free lunch is an entitlement for somebody. Uh, they do that so kids can eat food at fucking school. That's it. Like some parents can't afford to take their kid, but they're put enough money on their kid's food card. The food at school, depending on where you go to, is not cheap. I guarantee you, there's people that we were friends with, that we grew up with, that got free lunches some fucking times because times were tight. It's not you. So it's frustrating to see somebody be like, "Yeah, I think we are entitled to fucking food." I think a human
yeah,
is allowed to eat food and should that shouldn't being able to have access to food should not be a determining factor on if somebody lives or dies. If a kid's able to concentrate at school, like they're kids, man. Like it's not like this kid's gonna go work at the Dickies factory and make enough pants to go help go buy fucking Lunchables. Like let the kid get a free sandwich. So when I hear these people talk about how it's like, oh, they're entitled or oh, we're giving shit, yeah, to kids who need to eat food. And if you want kids to do better than their parents, if you want them to pick themselves up by their bootstraps and be better than their parents and maybe get off of benefits or whatever, and whatever you think they need to do to be successful in their life, in your eyes, they got to eat food to do that. They got to
I
be
know.
able
In
to
the
eat.
richest country in the history of the fucking world, we can't like have every kid like be able to eat and then also like have health care.
It is, and I know you said it's not like a morality thing, but it kind of is a morality
No,
thing because
no, it is like
I
for
was like,
us.
it's okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
it's
I'm
like
saying
it's immoral to deny children food. It's
no,
like
I totally agree with that it is, but I'm saying that's in the, like it's actually it's just like like they say like this America first shit. It's like y'all like USAID like we're out in like these other countries like helping them not because it like it's the moral thing to do. It's because it helps the United States. It is America first for us to be out there like with our using our soft power to instill democratic values and help these countries out because then it ensures like a stable, peaceful environment for us to go do commerce and make fucking money. It's like stability is the key for us because all we're about is cashing checks. And if you want a vibrant society, middle class, to help drive the economic engine of the country, you need kids be able to eat so they can learn, so they can be successful, productive people in society. And it's as simple as that. If you want to sell a Republican on it.
dude, I've had people, I've known people in my days that, you know, parents receive SNAP benefits, their kids are working, their parents are working full time, and like they rely on that.
Yeah, no shit.
In like
Obviously.
a way that like people don't under that some people don't understand. Do some people abuse it? Sure. Do I think there should be some restrictions and like what people should be able to buy on that stuff? Yeah, I think
But
that
there
that
is, but there already
no,
are.
no, there
And
already are.
also, by the way, it's also a stimulus to the economy because every single dollar of SNAP benefits gets spent because they need the SNAP benefits to eat. And that goes into the economy. And then there's the multiplier effect. Every dollar spent on welfare or on food stamps, it brings back $3 to the economy. So you're just fucking yourself, like you're fucking the economy, you're fucking these people over.
No, yeah, and
Yeah,
I'm just
like you're
saying the
fucking
point
you're
I'm
fucking
making
the
is
fucking farmers over. You know, it's
what
like
I'm just saying is like
again.
I don't want it to be like I'm not saying that it shouldn't have some restrictions and should it definitely shouldn't be a free for all. But
No,
in
but it.
turn, I know I'm
Nobody's
not
saying
saying
that.
it is. I'm not,
That's a
but
straw man.
some people I'm just bringing up the straw man arguments that you'll hear from time to time that people make to try to morally justify to denying children food because that's exactly what it is. No matter what it is, whatever your argument is, the opposite of that, like whatever your argument is for denying children food. That's
Exactly. I thought you were the Christian party.
well, it's not even like not even to patronize this party. Like it's like if it's a morality thing, it doesn't matter if you're left or right. I'm sure there's Democrats who hate SNAP. I guarantee you, there's some Democrats out there who are like, "Good, get rid of it." No, it takes all kinds to make the fucking world go round. So you can't be shocked when you meet somebody that does that, where they contradict themselves in the same time. But no matter what, no matter where you fall on the spectrum, person to person, you can't deny a kid food. You watch the movie Aladdin. Aladdin is a thief, a liar, huge scumbag POS who somehow gets the girl at the end. But there's a moment in the movie where he's not a total scumbag, and it's one of his endearing moments. It's to make you like Aladdin in the beginning of the movie before he goes on some like fuckboy world tour and he steals a bunch of bread and there's a little girl and a little boy that have no fucking food and he gives them the bread and it's like, oh shit, these kids need this food more than me. I have the means to go get more. These kids are starving. Here, take the bread. And they're like, thank you so much, because they don't have the means to go do that. They're a bunch
Well,
of
see,
homeless little kids.
these fucking right wingers already starved all the kids in Gaza, so now they're like they ran out of kids to starve, so now they got to starve Americans.
I mean,
Brah, brah, brah.
if you want to make it that inflammatory, well, that's fine. I'm just saying that there's something immoral about denying kids food, and what we're seeing happen is extremely cruel. I saw somebody make a comment today where it's like we're punishing people for needing the government's help, and that's not right. I don't think
Well,
that's right.
it's worse than that too because it's like we we promise them the help, like they're they have organized their lives to depend on this, and then you're just out of nowhere, just taking it away from them because you want to fucking give tax breaks to a billionaires and defund those same people who are on SNAP benefits, take away money out of their health care. You know, it's like, which again, it is morally the right thing to do to give people health care that can't afford it. However, if you want to sell Republican on it, it's cheaper to give them health care and preventative care than to fucking pay for it them when they go to the emergency room, which is the most expensive type of care. So if you give them health care up front, then they can like, take care of like a little thing instead of it turning into a big thing because they don't have insurance and they have to go to the fucking emergency room and then they can't pay it. And where does that go? That gets passed down to everybody else, and that's why your fucking premiums are high. And now they're gonna go even higher because they fucking got rid of the subsidies with
Well,
Obamacare.
oh, they're
It's like
trying. Yeah, yeah.
no, they did do it. Like
Well, no,
that's
I know.
yeah. So I mean, the shit is crazy. I don't think the Democrats cave yet because November 1st, everybody's gonna be getting notices in the fucking mail that their premiums are going up. My premium for my healthcare, I just got a notice. It's going up over $100 a month uh, next year if this shit doesn't get fixed, and which is just my premium for me to be able to get an appointment with the doctor to go pay a copay. It's just my table stakes to get in to see a doctor, and then I still have to pay a copay, but it's going up over $100 a month, $1,200 a year, you know, so that fucking Elon can get like a couple mil cut off his tax. It's like that he didn't even notice.
Yeah, yeah. It's frustrating, and it's not like it's funny is they're like, oh, this Democrat program, these Democrat. I wonder what percentage of those like 40 plus million people that are losing their SNAP benefits voted for this.
All of them. That's the fucking thing. Like, guess what? In California, we got a surplus. We're going to be able to expand the SNAP benefits. Like we're going to be able to cover it. But guess Mississippi's not. Kansas isn't.
True. Article number 3 from NPR, KERA, Technology by Martin Cast. Want to opt out of AI? State labeling laws might help. I read this. I was like, this is like some boomer shit. I don't want to be a part of AI. That sounds like something like someone's grandpa would say. You know what I'm saying? I don't like AI. I've never met Allen Iverson. He was a punk. I never liked him. I was an MJ fan. Like, I feel like that's this, but it's Stop AI. Utah and California have passed laws requiring entities to disclose when they use AI. More states are considering similar legislation. Proponents say labels make it easier for people who don't like AI to opt out of using it. They just don't, they just want to be able to know, says the Utah Department of Commerce executive Margaret Woolley Bussey, who is implementing new state laws requiring state regulated businesses to disclose when they use AI with their customers. If that person wants to know if it's a human or not, they can ask, and the chatbot has to say. I mean, if you're talking to a chatbot, I thought that was always not like a person. Like, what are we talking about here?
I know.
What do you mean the paperclip on my computer that tells me what to do on Word isn't real? No, that's just an animation, Grandpa. Like, get off the computer and stop listening to Rush Limbaugh reruns. No, Obama.
Uh, like kind of like this is like a I thought this was gonna be something else for so OpenAI launched the video generating AI Sora. And you know what they said? They said that if you don't want, because like people were just like making like
Crazy videos, bro.
videos of,
There's
yeah, of like, you know, like Disney characters or just like your anybody's likeness, you know, just like wild ass west type shit. Like fucking Sam Altman over at CEO over at OpenAI, uh when they launched it, said that if you don't want your likeness to be used in Sora, you can opt out. It's like, no, dude, that's not how this works.
yeah.
You don't get to like just use my copyrighted like shit unless I go and tell you not to do it. It's you don't get to do it unless I tell you you can. You fucking
Yeah.
idiot. Like,
California has passed a similar law regarding chatbots in 2019. This year, it expanded the disclosure rules, requiring police departments to specify when they use AI products to help write incident reports. So this is what's interesting. I think AI in general, I think AI in general and police, AI is specifically, or AI, oh, sorry, that just reads really weird. I think AI in general and police AI in specific really thrives in the shadows. It is most successful when people don't know it's being used, says Matthew Guarelia, senior product analyst or senior analyst for the Electronic Frontier Foundation, which supported the new law. I think labeling and transparency is really the first step. As an example, he points out in San Francisco, which now requires all city departments to report publicly how and when they use AI. Such localized regulations are the kind of thing the Trump administration has tried to head off. White House AI czar David Sachs has referred to a state regulatory
David
frenzy
Ballsacks.
state regulatory frenzy that is damaging the startup ecosystem. Daniel Castro with the industry supported think tank Information Technology and Innovation Foundation says AI transparency could be good for markets and democracy, but it may slow innovation. You could think of an electrician that wants to use AI to help communicate with his or her customers, to answer queries about when they're available. Castro says if companies have to disclose they use AI, he says maybe that turns off some customers that don't really want to use it anymore. Well, okay, so give them the option, dude. They just want to use it and not have you know. Part of the issue is I think it's not just the thing itself, it's how quickly our lives have changed. There may be things that I would buy into if there were a lot more time to develop or for development and implementation. That was said by Kara Quinn, a homeschool teacher from Bremerton, Washington. Slowing down the spread of AI seems appealing. Um, who decided that I don't get to read what another human being wrote? Who decides that this summary is actually what I'm going to think of their email? I value my ability to think. I don't want to outsource it. So I mean,
Too late.
Quinn's
Uh,
attitude to the AI catch caught the attention of her sister-in-law, Annalise Quinn, a supply chain analyst who lives in Washington, D.C. She's been holding salons for friends and acquaintances who want to discuss the implications of AI. And Kara Quinn's objections to the technology inspired the theme of the most recent session. How do we opt out if we want to? She asked. Or maybe people don't want to opt out, but they want to be consulted at the very least.
I think it just depends on what we're talking about. Like if it's like I used AI to schedule your appointment with my office, like who gives a fucking shit? Like but if it's like a commercial or a police report or like a reenactment of like a like if you're gonna use AI, like there was this like trial where they used we might have talked about it on the pod where they used like a kid was killed or something happened, but they used that an AI to pretend like it was the kid who died in the trial.
Oh yeah, and what was to say like his like final like his like message to
Yeah,
the
right.
killer. It was super cringe.
Yeah. So like
That's
shit,
weird.
yeah, yeah. So like stuff like that, like yeah, but like that I helped like the AI like helped me like structure my email. Get the fuck out of here. Who gives a shit? Like, it's like that's what is spell check then?
Well, I think that it's just yes, obviously, but in turn, I think what they're just saying is all these, it's a frenzy for regulation, is what that one dude said, which will slow down innovation because
Right.
however
Well,
it's being applied,
that's
they're just,
exactly what these fucking assholes with social media said. It's like and like they're what they're saying now. It's like if we put regulations on AI, then the Chinese are gonna beat us, and it's like okay,
so you're
like
pro regulations on AI.
obviously.
Well, okay, that's, no, it's all mine. So what I'm just saying is like,
But like
obviously,
I'm saying, like the Sam Altmans and the Elon Musks are going to try to sell us on the like, no regulation because it's going to hinder the us like competing with the Chinese and AI, and they think that it's a zero sum game that there's going to be really just one AI that wins, and it's like whoever gets there first. That's what all these motherfuckers are banking on, and so like but shut the fuck up, okay? There can still be some fucking regulation.
yeah.
There better be, dude.
Yeah, the whole thing is, like I said, it's pretty cringy because at the end of the day, we should be regulating that. That shouldn't be left unchecked. And with all the new ways it's being applied, that everyone's trying to come up with, okay, well, police are doing it, they should tell you, or you're using it for this, because they're trying to cover all their base because there's new applications for it all the time. So it's like they're just trying to keep up with it. And obviously, people are seeing the cracks or the downfalls of, or potential risks of having it be unregulated. And yeah, these dudes that are propping up the economy with this AI fucking bubble thing that's going on right now. We're holding on as long as they're holding on by the seat of their pants. That's pretty much it. How long they can get away without it being checked, the better for them. And they're very, that's the issue is they're all very short sighted when it comes to their money and their goals are always like long term. So you can give Elon credit for having like some sort of long term goal and like reaching that point and pushing from Tesla to SpaceX. Like he's a I can't stand him, but at least he had like a long term vision. You see, some of these guys are very short sighted in their money now, and then it kind of blows up in their face. So we'll just see. Of course, they don't want regulation. Of course, they don't
Right,
want.
right. I mean, that's just like and that's what it is. It's like, and corporations, for-profit corporations, that they are really, really good at one thing, making profit, and that's all we should trust them to do. And then we have the government
Well, it,
step in and regulate it and tell them what they can and cannot do. And that's just whatever. That's just fuck these guys.
it's like we're showing up when we're asking like Sam Altman, or we're asking Elon, we're asking Peter Thiel with Palantir. When you're asking these fucking guys, you might as well be
Zuckerberg.
you might as well be driving up to like an illegal street race and asking them if they think we should have speed limits. Like I'm pretty sure I know the answer to everybody. Like when I rolled up, I'm not like that's a stupid question. They would laugh at you. Be like, dude, we're out here
Oh
fucking street.
yeah,
Yeah, like it's
and
dumb.
Joe Biden did sign an executive order. It was like a huge, like I forget how many pages it was, regulating AI. But the thing is, it's an executive order, so it can be undone by the next president if they want. And of course, Trump, was like, "Fuck you, Biden," got rid of it immediately.
Anything he did,
Yeah,
we're gonna do. Anything the guy who was the number two to the brown man,
I know,
the
and
brown man in the suit.
it was such mild regulation. It was like, yeah, like if you guys get to this many GPUs, like this capacity of like compute, you have to just let the government know. Like not saying like that they're gonna regulate it or anything. They're just saying like, yeah, if you and it was like something way far the fuck out, like something we're not even close to yet. But if you get to this point, you gotta let us know because that's like almost like on the level of having like a nuke. It's like we just need to know about this, like so that we can like take a look at it. And they were complaining about that shit. And so it's like just like basic common sense shit they're going to complain about, and you just expect that, like just assume that that's what's going to happen. And then but how many regulations have been passed on social media since it launched '05? None. Zero. Zero. None. And it's the same motherfucking players that are involved in this shit.
Yeah, well, good point. I don't want an AI. Last article, Atlas baby, Atlas 31, dude. 31 Atlas to reveal itself to Earth on October 29th. Are we safe? How close will the interstellar object come to Earth? Can it be seen with the naked eye? Visibility and observation tips. Got very lighthearted at the end. 31 Atlas to reveal itself to Earth on October 29th. Are we safe? This question has caught the global attention as astronomers prepare for the interstellar comets. Get out of here, Economic Times. I know you're struggling, but chill out with the pop-up ads. Uh, the closest approach. The object, officially named 31 Atlas, is an interstellar comet traveling from beyond our solar system. Scientists have studied it closely and understand its trajectory and composition, even though they were like, where the fuck did this come from? But they're like, oh, we've been tracking it since we noticed it was coming. uh, yeah, and potential impact. Observations suggest that it poses no threat to Earth as it passes at a safe distance of 167 million miles. This rare cosmic event provides a valuable opportunity to learn more about interstellar objects and their origins. What do you think about Atlas, bro? It's
So
pretty
we're
trippy.
yeah, so it's already October 29th where you're at right now as we're recording this.
Yeah,
Shit, dog, you already got Atlas in your skies right now.
that's how we do it, dude. And then
uh
and then I shrugged.
wait, this is like the comment that like had a weird shape or something that
Yeah,
people.
weird shape. People are like, is it not a comet? Is it actually alien technology? Ancient astronaut theorizers believe. Um, yeah, but it's been coming and it's got a tail coming off of it. It's got a high nickel composition. I mean, this is cool. This is gonna be cool to kind of see
Oh, so
the
what
whole.
did it say, that you can see it?
I don't believe it's. Let's get to it. Poses no threat. Poses no threat. The comet will remain at a safe distance, but is still observable through telescopes for amateur astronomers. This offers a rare chance to see an object that has traveled across interstellar space. We'll probably see some pretty kick-ass pictures of this thing. This one follows a hyperbolic trajectory, meaning it will only pass once before exiting into deep space for forever. So it's just like cruising through. Scientists believe it was ejected from another star system millions of years ago. Its brief appearance allows researchers to study how comets form in other regions of the galaxy. Its composition, the nucleus of it, is estimated to be less than 1 kilometer wide. It is surrounded by a cloud of gas and dust known as a comma. The comet contains carbon dioxide, cyanide, and atomic nickel vapor, giving it a unique glow under sunlight. That's tight. Um, Astronomers note that the comet emits unusual gases As it heats near the sun, the emissions could reveal more information about the materials that existed in the early formations of our solar system. Yeah, because for something to travel that far from deep in our solar system, um, even in our galaxy, it would take so long to get here that it is like a snapshot in time of like millions and millions of years ago, which is pretty cool. So this is like super rare. It's not like Halley's Comet or some shit
Well,
like
the
that.
reason why it's called Three Eyes because it's the third interstellar object or intergalactic or whatever. Intergalactic. It's the third, yeah, object that we've observed that's come from a different
Part region of the
star
solar system.
system. Yeah, yeah. No, no,
Because we don't,
not. It's from outside of our solar system.
yeah, because we don't know where it came from. It's just like
We just
popped
know
up.
it's not. Yeah, it's not from here.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Hopefully we get some sweet pics. Um, what if it's an alien spaceship, man?
So I'm on NASA's website and it says it will be it's will reach its closest point to the sun around October 30th. And just inside the orbit of Mars. Hmm.
I mean, the whole thing's pretty crazy. It's cool to have something like that, like swing through, you know?
Yeah, and then it will reappear on the other side of the sun in December, allowing for renewed observations.
Hmm. But it's also pretty scary that something could be just sent out that far. Because, like, if it was gonna hit us and there's nothing we could do about it, we're just like fucked.
We could do something about it.
Like what?
160 fucking thousand miles or million miles or whatever the fuck it said it was.
No, if it was like, oh, it's gonna
It's
hit.
it's a kilometer 1 kilometer wide. You don't think we could fuck that shit up?
If that, if
We just hit an asteroid with a fucking satellite just to see if we could, and we did. First try.
I don't know.
Get Bruce Willie on it. Get Ben Affleck
No,
on it.
Bruce, not now. Bruce Willie, he's just there for what? Support. He's a mascot. He ain't even talking anymore. He's got no lines in the sequel. Bruce Willis is like unable. He's like
He's got
unable to speak
aphasia.
or anything. Yeah, it's great. That's like the saddest shit ever.
Yeah,
By
that's what
the
my
way,
dad has.
not even like trying to make light of it. That's just like fucking terrible. And that whole thing. I mean, they were using and abusing him at the end, just like using him for any movie while he could still do them before he couldn't. Can't be seen with the naked eye. A brightness level of between magnitude of 12 and 14, which means it cannot be seen without a telescope. Viewers need a telescope of at least 8 inches aperture under dark skies to catch it. It's currently unobservable due to its position near the sun. Known for its solar conjunction, is expected to reappear on the 25th. I mean, the whole thing's pretty tight. I hope it's an alien spaceship. That would be cool as fuck. I'd roll with that. So the whole conspiracy theory community that's obsessed with that, there's Project Bluebeam, which is the whole concept of them creating a fake interstellar crisis to then unite everybody under one world government and one fiat currency. I think I've talked about this before on the pod, where that's like a whole thing. There's Project Mockingbird, which is like when it comes to like media and shit, this is like they're gonna project spaceships with holograms into the sky and make everybody think that it's like Independence Day. Everyone freaks out. Government takes control. They get rid of whatever this problem is, aka the holograms, and then everybody's like a slave to the government. So there's a whole swath of people in that community that are just freaking the fuck out. They're like, this is the beginning of it. It's lasers in the sky. It's like Jewish space lasers, but from Earth into space, not from space down to Earth. So it's like a reverse Marjorie Taylor Greene. But then you see some of these new graphics and stuff, and they can't.
That's how my porn search history reversed Marjorie Taylor Greene.
That's a good like punk band too. We reverse Marjorie Taylor Greene. What the fuck? Like I can just see that, but um, Yeah, using holograms like you see at some of these football games now, where they're projecting like a big ass fucking raven in the sky, and like we've gotten pretty technical. I mean, they have hologram, they have a Tupac hologram, like they so it's just making that like bigger and projecting it. You could tie harp into that, which is Jesse Ventura classic episode. Why won't you let me in? Um, it's like because it's a lockdown government facility, dude, and you're retired. Like, get the fuck out of here. You got like 10 cameras with you. What is this? You want a tour? Like, put the camera up. Let's go. Um, so there's a lot of people who tile that. So there's a whole swath of people that believe that this is the beginning of the one world government takeover, which I'm like, yeah, let's go. That sounds tight. Let's roll with it. Let's see what happens. Mix it up, shake it up, stir the pot, whatever. But
Stir the Kool-Aid.
it's probably just like an interstellar space rock. But it's like, no, it's shaped weird, man. It's got a weird cigar shape. It's a tube. I'm like, well, no. I'm like, I can see. I'm sure they've already looked at it pretty closely with the technology that the big ass fuck off telescopes that they have. I'm pretty sure they've been looking at it a little bit deeper, but we can, figure out if they have a clear picture of it. What is interesting to me though is when shit like that does zoom by, we have so many satellites that take pictures. Like, how if something is going to be coming into our trajectory, like into our solar system, is it? How do we not have like something like a ring camera, like catching pics of this shit as it goes by? Have you ever wondered that? Like, why don't shouldn't these satellites also be like intergalactic ring cameras? Like someone's like in our backyard, like, oh, this shit just cruised by Pluto. We're like, what? What the fuck cruised by? And you can pull it up and watch a video and be like, what's that? Like, why don't we have something like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's
I
this
think
about?
most of the satellites are focused inward towards Earth, and like it's like the James Webb and then the Hubble, and that but they're like looking out pat like into like the beginning of the universe. They're not
Yeah,
like
it's just like, well, Hubble's like, do we even know where that is? Then it's still working. They're like,
yeah,
oh, it's still
oh, it's
should have.
fine, but it's just like if you see the comparisons of like Hubble's like pictures versus James Webb, it's not even close. James Webb is so much better.
No, 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 definitely. But Hubble's just like been cruising. It's just like,
Yeah,
it's
but then there's also other ones that are like uh in our solar system that are like that we launched in like 1970, and like we thought like we're done, and like they just keep going and like taking pictures, but it's like not as like I know I see what you're saying, but I mean, what do you like? Do we not have pictures of this thing?
no, not that I'm aware of. There might be like scans and shit, but it's like, damn, dude, you'd think you'd have a fucking, like I said, just like some sort of ring camera.
Yeah.
Point them in, like on like the path. Is there like an alleyway? Like, let's put a couple up, like one by Neptune, one by Pluto, just like face it in, like just like facing down like the hallway. I don't, or like, I mean, I guess we're in space, so we can come from any direction. So maybe just like surround. I don't get it. It just makes sense. Like, we don't even know what it looks like. I'm like, oh great, I'm so glad all the cameras are turned the wrong direction. Perfect. So if something's coming to us, we don't know what the fuck it is, and wherever our cameras are pointed, we really didn't see it coming. We're like shooting lasers in the sky. We're like, oh shit, we got a weird scan. Something pinged back. What is that? Ooh, it was 9 pings. It means it's made of iron. Like, right? But there's like, but oh, it just went drove right by the camera. It was just facing the wrong way. Like, we have like the shittiest like solar system, like security solar system ever for how much shit we have floating out there. That is dumb, and we can. It just doesn't make sense. It's just a little confusing.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought about it. Like, but
Like, put one on Mars that just takes pictures like off the fucking side of Mars. It is like, hey man, like, I mean, like I said, I'm looking at it in a linear sense, and the universe isn't linear. It's like
right, and
a cavernous
this thing is
vacuum.
like going like fucking 100 kilometers a second, and it's like gonna pass by 160 million miles away. So it's like close in space standards. It's not actually close.
No, well, I know. So it's like, let's get a not close picture in space, or a close picture in fucking space standards, because it sounds like a goddamn selfie. We could take a selfie of this shit. I'm just saying. Do you think we'd have some probe things that like zoom around? I just want, let's go. Let's get this thing. Come on, man. I want to be able to see this shit in like real time. Not like, oh, This is a freeze frame of like, it's like, see that red dot right there, surrounded by all those weird blue lines. That's it right there. And you're like, oh, cool. Like I'm not nerding out hard enough, I guess. Like, I want to see it.
Yeah, I guess I just assumed that there are
Pix,
pictures.
Pixar, it didn't happen. That's like when it, like that's how
Yeah,
it should be for
come with
space.
receipts. Come with receipts.
That's how it
NASA.
should be with space.
Have you
Pixar, it
seen?
didn't happen. Oh
Speaking of
God.
NASA, have you seen the shit where Trump fired Elon's butt boy who like went off on like the space rocket with him? Uh, he was the head of NASA, some like billionaire dude, and Trump fired him. And Trump's like, it's because he was friends with Elon. I didn't think that was appropriate because Elon's in charge of SpaceX. It's a conflict of interest. Like he's ever cared about that. So
Yeah.
then he put our boy Patrick Duffy, the former Real World contestant, who's our transportation secretary, put him in charge. So now he's the Secretary of Transportation and the head of NASA. What are we doing, y'all?
I don't know, but we're not taking pictures of comets. That's what we're not doing, and I'm kind of pissed, bro. Like I'm sick of this shit. Come on, man. Use AI to do that. Make AI unregulated in space and just send that shit off. That sounds cool as fuck. You want unregulated AI? Put it in space and bring me back some goddamn pictures. That's what I want. I want to see like that because it could.
I'm still not convinced that we don't have pictures. I got to look into this more.
I haven't seen anything.
We'll see.
I'm looking right now. See, and the pictures of it are shitty because it's moving too fast.
Okay, but there's still pictures.
I mean, half of them are fake. Like, look at this thing. Yeah, like this thing is just like a bunch of rainbow dots. What is that? No, dog. I want to see the rock, and all the rest of them are like AI. No, man, ain't got shit. Ain't got no still photo. Mm-mm. It's all pixels and shit. The best we could do. We're up there with a goddamn Polaroid camera.
You think that's a Trojan horse, man?
I hope so. That'd be cool as fuck, dude. Let's mix it up. Fuck everybody's college debt. Let's just have aliens show up and mix it up. That's it. Boom. They come down, they evaporate Trump, then they evaporate Biden. We're like, whoa, shit. It doesn't matter anything. Like, we're about, like, that'd be, some Mars attack shit. Why not? My fence is pretty big now. I'll just hide in my house. Have my little fort. Fight off some aliens, dude. Let's go. Or vibe out with them. They're like, hey, I got some crazy pictures of space. Do you want to see them? I'm going to say, hell yeah, let's go. You're still looking for pictures of this fucking thing.
Well, dude, I'm just like,
and,
I'm
and
like, what?
you
I'm
can't.
wondering like what website I'm on. Like they're like, there's a full on like blown article like seriously considering that this is like a spacecraft. I'm like,
I'm telling you, bro, people are going off the deep end with it.
I see, I got pictures all over the place, man. They look like shit, but I mean,
Did the Dodgers win?
nah, they lost.
It's still good though. We're 2-2 now, so. Well, that's all I got for articles, man. What do you got?
Meditate, bitches.
Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, share, leave a comment, do whatever you feel. We always appreciate y'all listening. We're almost at 200 episodes. This is episode number 198. Gambling with snap benefits. And if you do have any like card games I can get it on, like let me know. Dude, that's tight. The
X-ray
pictures,
glasses.
dude, the pictures of the cards with the glasses and shit are crazy. But also, if everybody's wearing the same glasses, I'd be like, hey, man, what the fuck? Like, or if you borrowed them, like, hey, let me try these on. These are cool. And then everybody's card, like, you'd be like, hey, man, what the fuck?
But Chauncey be like, you never touch a black man's glasses at a
Yeah,
poker
don't
table.
touch my glasses. I'm bald as hell. Don't touch my glasses.
$7 million this dude took from his homies.
That's fucked up.
So fucked up, dude.
And there's more coming. There's
And
going to be.
why are they all point guards?
Because he was the point god. And then he became the
I
poker
thought
god,
that was
dude.
that was Chris Paul.
I know. Oh, Chris Paul. Fuck Chris Paul. I hate Chris Paul. Oh, don't even get me started on. Everybody wins when they stop playing with Chris Paul. Look it up. Everybody wins a championship when they stop playing with Chris Paul. Why? Because he's a bad teammate. He's a bad leader. He's a dirty ass basketball player. Boom. Period. Point blank. Say it forever. I hope he never, ever wins an NBA championship. He doesn't win an NBA championship and the Celtics never win another one while I'm alive. I will die with a smile on my face because I hate Chris Paul. Punching people in the nuts all the time. Bruh, he is worse than Draymond Green has ever been. He just gets a pass. He's like, hey, I'm Jake from State Farm. Like, get the fuck out of here, dude. You ain't won nothing. You don't win anything in college. You don't win anything in the NBA. You're a clown. Sorry. He's like a not likable Dan Marino, dude. Like he drives me insane. I wish Dan Marino won a Super
Olympic
Bowl.
gold medalist.
Ooh, there's a lot of people who don't win. If you think if anybody who says, "Oh, my Olympic gold medal is more important than my NBA championship," unless you're like Luca and you win with like Slovenia or you're Nikola Jokic or you like unless you win with one of those small ass countries, get out of here. That is such a lie.
Space Jam.
That is such a cop out for people who don't win an NBA championship.
Bro, he was coming over to play with Kobe and Shaq or whatever it was.
I got
And then
vetoed.
your boy
Good.
David Stern, probably, you know.
Good, because David Stern didn't like him either. He was like, this clown, get him out of here. His goofy ass goatee, can't even shoot, acting all tough. And now he's damn near 40. He's just chasing rings. I'm like, keep chasing, dude. Keep chasing him like Karl Malone. Karl Malone was a garbage person and he never won an NBA championship. He did get a 13-year-old girl pregnant when he was in college and was a grown ass man. But the universe didn't see fit for him to win an NBA championship.
Hey, I'm Karl Malone.
So I'm not saying that Chris Paul's done anything like that. I just don't. I just think he's a garbage basketball player, and I would love it. I was mad when the Birdman won an NBA championship. He was on a list of people I never wanted to win, and he won. And he won one with the Miami Heat. Then I felt bad for him when he got like catfished and all that weird shit. He was like catfished by while cheating on his wife, and it was this big scandal. So I felt bad about that. I was like, okay, but I feel bad for Birdman. But he was good in NBA 2K. But other than that, screw that guy. But Chris Paul, we better go. You know, we have to do a whole nother hour. I'm about to get heated. I hate that dude. Be good. Be safe. Stay out of trouble. And as always, go fuck yourselves.
Shout out Costa Rica.
Chris Paul.
Recording stopped.
Get out of here with that Chris Paul crap.
Olympic gold medalist.
Buster.